Hi everyone, I'm Babs Butcher and this is the Butcher's Block. I wanted to take you through the process of becoming Colossus or a Lady Colossus-like character. There's also Rasputin that's come out in the recent House of X Powers of 10. I'm going to talk a little bit about the character and just kind of do a get ready with me. So obviously it's not the full cosplay, but I wanted to teach people not only how to do a Colossus makeup look from my own interpretation of Lady Colossus. I also want to teach anybody who's doing any type of cosplay makeup where you're changing your skin tone, just some tips and tricks that you may not know that I've had to learn the hard way. So I'm going to take you through a crazy process where I lose my mind most of the way. I hope you enjoy. Please like, subscribe, turn the notifications on, comment below. I'm sure I offended a lot of people with my Colossus impression. Just enjoy to the best of your ability, and yeah, let's get started. The biggest mistake that I made when I was first looking to do the cosplay makeup for Colossus was using reference photos from the comics or other renderings similar to that. It made it two-dimensional and made me think about replicating that flat look, when instead I needed to think about it from a beauty or cosmetic point of view, where I layer colors and I contour and I achieve a color by adding layers and dimension to the color. Because if you look at your skin naturally, you're going to have a base color, but you'll see that there are shadows and different colors that come into play that make you look natural. The same thing when you're supposed to look like you have metal skin, it still needs to look natural. So using a combination of regular cosmetic makeup and Mehron Creamblend sticks, I am going to layer and create the Colossus look. When I first brought Lady Colossus to life, that was about September 2018, Keystone Comic-Con, and I was really happy that it was the hit that it was. I didn't expect that. So all the smiles that it brought to people's faces, like Frank Miller and Chris Claremont and everyone I came into contact with, was just overwhelming, and I'm so grateful for that. Since then, Marvel came out with House of X Powers of 10, which features a very familiar looking character, Rasputin. So this, if you're not familiar with House of X Powers of 10, it's chronicling this powers to the 10th power. So you'll have kind of like year 0, year 10, year 100. So you have like the past, the present, and the future. And in the future, they breed mutants. And Rasputin is a Chimera class mutant, which I believe denotes how many types of mutant genetics that they could blend in one. Feel free to roast me if I got that wrong in the comments. So I believe she is a combination. You can see Colossus in her. That creates that metal skin. You have Kitty Pryde, and I think that allows her to phase through the walls. There's a character I wasn't as familiar with, actually two. Quentin Quire, Kid Omega, and that gives her the power of telepathy. And then Eunice the Untouchable, who's also known as Gunther Bane. Actually, I don't know what powers he has. Tell me below. And then X-23, you'll see that she has healing powers like X-23 and Wolverine, and some people believe like her fierceness comes from X-23 as well. But that could also just be her. Anyway, she's amazing, and her costume is, you can see a combination of a lot of them, and you have this kind of dichotomy of old meets new, and I really love it. So in the spirit of what I created as Lady Colossus, I would like to look like Rasputin from House of X Powers of 10 while doing the makeup for Colossus, so you can see the basics of what you do regardless of what the skin color is, and how to contour, and that the look is flexible between Colossus and Rasputin. All right, here we go. So I already primed my face. Make sure you do that, massage it in, and get that blood flow. and I'm taking a clean sponge. So I have a combination of different Creamblend sticks. This is white in Mehron Creamblend. So I'm going to be using the tactics that you would use in regular makeup. So any ladies watching, this is all going to be review. Men, this is your introduction. Men who aren't used to makeup, this is your introduction into makeup concepts in a way that can actually benefit you if you're a cosplayer. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start in the places that need to be the lightest. And on a human face, you'll see there it's very light here. It tends to be pretty light here in this T-zone along the nose. You can add a little bit of lightness on the, what is this called? Like the Cupid's bow right here, on the chin, and then right underneath the shadow of the cheekbones, you'll have a little bit of lightness here. And then it's not always natural, but to have lightness right here. You'll see it in all contouring videos, so let's get started. All right, so you don't want to glob on a lot of makeup. You don't want to make it very heavy. Your natural oils are going to make it melt. The heat of your body and your natural oils are going to make it melt. So you want to make it pretty thin and just be patting and smoothing into a thin layer. And you're going to have lots of thin layers. Okay. So where it gets tricky is I'm going to have to put contacts in. And these contacts are sons of bitches, if I may be so frank. I need to get better contacts for Colossus / Rasputin. Ra ra Rasputin. Does anybody else remember that dance? Okay. So the reason why I say it might be a problem is when you struggle to put in your contacts, you're just crying and it's going into your nasal cavity, so you're snotting and then you can taste it. It's disgusting. So, but I don't want to put in the contacts right now because I won't be able to see what work I'm doing. So I'm going to do my best to actually not do anything down here for now because I'm going to have to do things like this. So yeah, I'm just going to keep this real light. I'm going to be working upwards right now. All right, so we want the white to go out this way. Okay. We're gonna make it real thin going up because we want a really cool widow's peak. You can see my hair is a lot lighter right now. I lightened it and then the sun got to it, so I don't have that iconic dark black, jet black hair. But I will when this is, when I'm finished with redoing my suit for this. It'll probably be a little bit cooler out, which will be better for the makeup and better for the cosplay. Okay, very thin layer right now. Now what I like to do is I take an eyeliner, a really good gel or liquid liner, and I'm going to draw that widow's peak. The best thing actually is to draw it with pencil first. So I'm going to take my eyebrow pencil that's in a dark brown. I'm going to do that first, just like tracing something first. I already have kind of a widow's peak, so I'm going to mimic that shape. If you mess up, you can always fix it. Everything is fixable. Happy little accidents. All right. So, actually, what I'm going to do What you want to do is you want to make sure your brushes are clean, and then you're going to have brushes that are dedicated to certain types of makeup, but get ones that are strictly for your dark makeup and strictly for your lighter shades, because you do not want to mix it up and then accidentally put the wrong one on your head. All right, so because my hair is brown right now, I'm going to take a brown eyeshadow and just fill in the widow's peak. Just to make it a little bit more natural. But if you have jet black hair, then you can just go in with black. But just for the sake of looking good today, I have so many plans today. I'm kind of tempted to just keep my makeup on when I'm done and just go run all my errands looking like Rasputin. Am I saying that wrong? Is that totally offensive? And you Russian speakers roast me in the comments. Alright. Alright, actually I think I can go darker. So I'm taking some very dark brown, closer to black color, and bringing that down to the edge. So, a lot of people, they like to ask cosplayers how they got into cosplaying, or what their favorite things were growing up, why they gravitate toward nerdy fandom. And many of you may know that my love for reading and comic books was what got me started. And then I grew up in the era when X-Men first came to theaters, and seeing my favorite characters come to life in the mainstream was so exciting for me, because nobody ever liked the things that I liked. So seeing a lot of people enjoy the X-Men alongside me, even as people were saying, like, that's not what happened in the comics. Yeah, okay, but a lot of things differ when they go into different formats. Let's just appreciate it. And let's look at Hugh Jackman's rippling pectorals. Okay. Mama, we got a widow's peak. Okay. Might be a little bit crooked. I don't care. Alright. So, we have the widow's peak. It is a little bizarre because my hair is a little bit light right now. I recommend, if you have lighter hair and you need to make it look black, your local beauty store is going to have hairspray that you can put in your hair temporarily. Just do some quick hairspray, or even dry shampoo that has a little bit of color in it. Alright, so I love the high arch, take no shit from anyone eyebrows, so I'll do the same thing as I did for my widow's peak. And I'm going to draw my eyebrows to go up. And this is men and women. You want to create, you want to have your eyebrows mimic the attitude of the character. Colossus has a take no shit attitude. Stand by your principles. And how better to communicate that through makeup than with a severely arched brow. So you have resting bitch face and nobody will fuck with you. Okay, I'm gonna fill that in. I'm gonna round that out a little bit more, make it prettier. Okay. There we go. Also minimizes my gigantic forehead. It's okay if your eyebrows aren't even. They're sisters, not twins. Or maybe they're brothers. This side of this eyebrow is a lot less archy. We're gonna be respectful of that. Okay. So now my eyebrows are sufficiently too light to be Colossus eyebrows. We're gonna darken them up. So the reason why I start high is, like I've said in my past makeup video, is you're gonna have fallout when you put powders on your face and things are gonna come down. So you start up and then you go down so that everything is done and you can clean up any fallout mistakes. Now, what men can do is they can make it a little bit, maybe a little bit more flat and then have a lot of details of the fuzzy eyebrow at the front. I do it a little bit. And what you can do is even do a little bit of a contour if you're a man right above that arch, which makes them look like they're going rah, like Wolverine. I actually adopt a lot of things that I would normally put on a man's face when I'm doing their costume makeup. I put that into this more feminine look just to symbolize that dichotomy a little bit more. Messing this up. Okay, good enough. The really great thing about when you are doing the makeup or the cosplay of a character that hasn't been done before is no one can tell you you did it wrong. Because it's your own original creation. Okay. And we'll clean up the edges later. Now we're gonna go in with Moonlight White, Creamblend, Mehron. Alright. So if I just did white, I would look like V or a mime or the Joker. You need to do dimensions of blue. So this is a baby blue or powder blue color. Okay, so we're gonna bring it from the outside in, creating a nice, thin, even layer. You're gonna see it's not even at first, but it takes a few layers to get it perfectly even. And even then, it won't be perfect, but you're probably the only one who sees the errors. Remember that you are your own worst critic. Blend that into the hair. Okay, so let's show you some contouring tricks right after. I'm going to take my light brush and put some on here. We're going to fill in that space close to the Widow's Peak line, as close as we can get without smudging things too badly. you do smudge things, it's fixable. Anyway, I remember distinctly the memories of meeting Frank Miller and Chris Claremont practically within the same, time kind of stopped, but I would say 15 minutes. The DJ of the con was so thrilled by my Colossus, he said, go buy a comic and take this pass and go get in line to go see Frank Miller. So I bought a comic. It's somewhere, it got lost in the move when I moved a while ago, but it's somewhere around here. And I got his autograph and he was stunned, and that's when I met my friend Josh Kratz, who was assisting for him. And they both were saying, come here so we can get a picture, like come behind the place, because Frank Miller is older and probably isn't moving around as easily as he'd like. And I just went, okay, bye, and walked away. I lost my chance to get an amazing photo op with Frank Miller for freaking free because I thought they were making fun of me and joking, and that's on past trauma and bullying in school. That went a little too close to home. Okay, so now we're going to start with that contouring at the forehead. So I have Monster Gray Mehron Creamblend stick, and I am going to go in at the temples. Now, if you are doing a more masculine look, what you may want to do, especially for Colossus, is you come out at an angle here where the temple dips. You're going to take that eyeliner and go shunk, shunk, and do a little isosceles triangle at your temple, but for a softer, more feminine look, you don't need to do that. But you see that I already look a little bit more natural, a little bit more blended, just because I am creating natural shadows. Okay, so one thing I like to do with this line here, I learned it when I was doing my bombshell katana, is one way to make a line stand out is to highlight it. Highlight around it so it almost looks a little bit three-dimensional. So what I like to do is I take my light brush and I get my Creamblend in white, and I'll go right underneath it with a white color. We can also do this for the eyebrows. So everywhere where you have a very stark contrast, especially as a nod to the original comic, you want to exaggerate it. You see that? It makes it pop a little bit more. Okay. We're gonna do the other side now. Blend that into the temples. And if you go too far, if you feel like your temples, you went too far into your forehead, you just blend your, is it Moonlight white, back into your skin. Notice I'm using two different sponges for the two different colors because you don't want to get them mixed up. For men, one thing that is very typical in men's brows is right above the brow bone, right here. You have, you're gonna make that exaggerated mark. It's like that Neanderthal brow where you have a much flatter portion right above the brow there. It's a very masculine thing to do. I don't mind doing it for this character because of that cool dichotomy I can create. I'm gonna blend some light back into there. But men especially, you kind of want to create that Neanderthal brow. It's not enough to just have the two-dimensional color there. You need to bring a third dimension by using the Mehron Paradise makeup. It's face and body makeup in Brillant Argente. which makes me think of Argent, silver, brilliant silver. Okay, I'm gonna take my dense brush that is just for this character. I'm gonna create a brilliance, which also is going to set this makeup. Whenever you do your cream or a wet base, you want to set it with something dry, whether it be a pressed or loose powder. I'm gonna bring that silver down. And you'll see it's also pigmenting the white to be more silver. So, as you can see, the cream goes into the natural deposits of my eyelid. That's what's going to happen on your forehead if you don't set things properly. So, I'm going to reapply white cream. It may actually be better to find a very light concealer. Very light concealer with blue tones. I think I even have that. I didn't use it. Well, in the future I'll be using that because it'll actually be formulated for preventing the oil slick. All right. Let's set this, and then we're gonna go in with some fun makeup. Now, you can skip a majority of this if your character doesn't have eye makeup, but you still should be applying some contouring, even if you're a male character or a character without makeup. Alright, so we're taking our dark color brush again. I'm just gonna get some of the black off of it, just so it's not so pigmented dark. Okay, now I have this NYX NYX Ultimate shadow palette with a lot of cool cartoony colors. And so I like to take blues from here. You'll see a nice array of blues and purples. So I'm gonna take the lightest color, this kind of teal turquoise shade, and I'm going to cover my eyelid with it. Men, when you are, or I really shouldn't be noting gender, but for those of you who are doing characters where you don't want to do crazy fun makeup on the eyes, you can kind of stop here. You can see how that's a more natural look. Oops, my video stopped. Okay, so now that I've covered the eyelids, what we're gonna do, I always have this fluffy brush. I didn't clean it beforehand. We're gonna see if this will work. I usually have a fluffy brush with no makeup on it, and I just use it to blend. That is a huge part, so you don't have chunks of color concentrated in one area. You want it to blend so that it looks as close to natural skin as possible. This is gonna bug me. Let's see if I can do this. Okay, I know they have a blue version of this, but NYX has these color corrector concealers. I'm gonna use that. This is what I'm saying that you should possibly try to use instead of the Creamblend. If you can get a whole bunch of this stuff, see if you can do that as your base instead. I'm gonna blend that in. Whew, girl, yes. Much better. Okay, so you want it to be lighter and then darker going out. What I want to do, I'll take this kind of royal blue color. And we're gonna come up and create a defined brow bone, I guess? I don't know. And what I like to do, just for some extra pizzazz, is just pull that color up towards the tip of the eyebrow. So you have this snatched look. Babs, don't say that. You sound like you're copying YouTubers. You're embarrassing, Babs. I'm embarrassed by you. Okay. Don't! Okay. I wonder if this is therapeutic for anybody. Okay, now let's blend. I'm kind of scared to do anything further with the eyes until I have put my eyes in, my contacts in. That sucks so much! If anybody wants to help me to get in, like, invest in better contacts for this character, I'm willing to bet I'll be eternally grateful if someone were to help me with that, because these are really low quality and it hurts and it ruined my makeup. Plus it's all dripping down my throat, ear, nose, and throat. You can see I was clearly very anxious and all my eyebrow wrinkles came in. Yeah, I don't recommend using cheap contacts. Because you won't be able to last long in the con either if you're in pain or you have really cheap contacts that just aren't doing the job for you. Okay, let's set that with some silver. Let's go in. Blending always. Ooh, that's nice. Pops. Alright, I want to put that concealer back on the lid just to get some better contrast there. Make it a much prettier look. Gung, gung, gung. Gung, gung, gung. Ah, too much. Take that into the inner corner. Go. Take that into the inner corner. We're gonna blend this up here so it's not so harsh of a line. Okay! Now, liquid liner. So, well, first, my eyes are a little bit watery. Let's see if we can get this done without leaking everywhere. This takes practice. Dun 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 dun. When you're at a photo shoot, you're going to have a little bit thicker liner than you may be used to. When you're at a con, those warehouse lights really wash you out. So you want to make your eyes very pronounced with some good black liner. Uh-oh, it's hard to see. Get these eyes in. Wow. Want it to be a little bit more angled. And then we're going to bring up that line with some black shadow. Ooh, I know that's not blended right because I can't really see out of these. I can't see details very well, but blurry and far away, this eye makeup looks sexy. So please, don't stand too close to me or else you'll see all my mistakes. The anthem of the cosplayer. Blend it. Always blend in the direction that you're okay with the makeup falling. Okay, so I like it. I like the look so far. Let's do the rest of the face. Ready? We're gonna take that Moonlight white. And we're gonna come down underneath the eye, and we're gonna bring that Moonlight white up to that temple. That creates that upward motion, and it also makes you look like you have less bags under your eyes. You're even gonna do this for male characters, you're just going to not make it as drastic. Play around with it, you'll see what I mean. Okay. Blend that out. Okay, before I set it, I'm gonna take this guy. Always start with a lighter color and blend in. So we're gonna take that light teal turquoise look, which I might regret that I used this brush again. Will I learn my lesson? Never. No, I'm okay. I'm gonna go all underneath that under eye. This is also gonna make your eye pop when you get washed out in warehouse lights or in a photo shoot with some harsh sun or weird lighting. Alright, so you could just end it there. Even men, you should be defining your lower lash line. But we gonna go maybe a little purple. I'm gonna have some fun with it. We're gonna go purple on the outer third of the eye. Sweeping up. And there's naturally going to be fallout when you do this, and that means powder's going to come down. So that's why you work downwards. We're going to take that Moonlight white again, go right underneath, clean it up. Clean it up. That's how you clean up the fallout. And now I'm taking my silver setting powder. So anyway, I got to meet Frank Miller. I giggled nervously out of that situation, and my friend John Kim, Candid John Kim, wonderful photographer and good friend and mentor, he was like, Babs, come over here. And I've talked about him before. He gives zero fucks. He doesn't care if you're a celebrity or if you're, just a regular person. He treats you the same. So he comes up to Chris Claremont, who was sneaky taking a picture of my Lady Colossus, and he just says, hey buddy, you want a picture? He says to Chris Claremont, you want a picture? I don't have this picture to this day, I don't think. John, if you have it, please send it to me again, because I missed out on an opportunity. But Chris Claremont just talked about the character, and I will never forget, he said, now, if we made Piotr or Peter look like you, I don't think Kitty would have left him. And I just want to say to all those kitty prides out there, hey. Oh God, they're like, whoa. Okay, for some fun, we are going to, because this is what you're gonna do, men too. I want you to, if you're doing a male character, you want to make that strong line of the nose. And you don't have to blend it in quite as much, but just to make it look natural, create that shadow on the side here. For men, what you're gonna do is you want your nostrils to be flared. It's the same as like doing the little accent lines up here for men, for male faces. You're gonna do it around the nostrils so it looks pretty much the Wolverine face, so it looks like you're like, but for women, you don't want to do that. You never want those nasolabial folds to look too heavy. So you're gonna bring that down, and then what I like to do is highlight my cute little button nose. Just like this. It looks great in photos, I promise. Okay. Not a lot of work right there. You don't have to do too much right there. Okay. Down the face. Down, down, down. Okay, today I'm not doing this because it's impossible to get out immediately, and I need to go do errands after this. But what you want to do is in the deep crevices of your ear, you're gonna do black eyeshadow, and then along the outer portions, you're just gonna rub this Moonlight white, and then you'll see it actually looks like a human ear. It's the same idea, but the contour is already there with the curves of your ear. I'm blue, double dee double da, double dee double da, double dee double da. I had to do it. How could I do any of this without making that joke? Alright, so you're seeing it come to life. And then I would also blend it down my neck, but we're not going to do that today. Just want to show you the basics. So here's one thin layer of the Moonlight. We're going to take that other sponge, take that gray, and we're going to go in. Okay, so you can find your natural cheekbone or find where you'd like it to be more pronounced. You can kind of see where my cheekbone wraps there. I'm gonna go like that and bring it up towards the temple. Did it a little too dark. Okay, we can blend it. And then, because I have a very strong jaw, it works for Colossus, but if I want to soften it, then I create a second line curving around my jawline. And you're going to take that darker color underneath. We're just not going to do that much today. Okay, so here is a tactic that I do. I take this far down. You don't have to, but for this character, it looks really good to have those strong cheekbones coming all the way down. We'll fix it with the other color. The second thing that you do is something that I really love doing with male characters. We make that lower lip look plump and juicy. Doesn't matter what gender. Okay, I'm gonna do that with a little goatee. Hey girl. And then you create the look of little fatty deposits right here. It looks like a W. Okay? This is actually a very Henry Cavill manly chin trick that I do like to use with some of my characters that have a very strong jawline. And then you actually blend it into that line. It looks stupid right now, but I'll show you. So female characters, you can do this as well, but this is what makes the difference in a male character looking okay and a male character looking like people pass by and go, oh, who is he? Like, you look hot. You look hot like this. This is what I'm trying to say. You're gonna look hot. You're gonna turn heads just like this. Trust me, I promise. Okay, bring that down into a parentheses lower. It's okay to be a little sloppy here. We're gonna blend it out. Okay. Babs, you look like a crazy person. Okay. Maybe you should take a shot every single time I say okay. Dead. Take that Moonlight, and I'm gonna go in and start blending those lines to look a little bit more like a natural contour. And providing another layer, which is key for making your makeup stick and look like the color you're trying to achieve. I love doing this for other people because I don't think they don't see their faces like I see them. I see the potential and the lines of their faces, and like, I could turn you into that. I could turn you into this character, and I hope one day that I have the chance to do this for people. I think that would be really fun. Obviously, touching people's faces right now is not a good idea. But sometime in the future. Okay. Alright, are you seeing it? You don't blend it in quite as much when you're a male character. You're gonna let that contrast be more visible. When you're a female character, you do want to blend it a little bit more because it will look a lot prettier to have it blended. So this is going to be virtually invisible. It's just going to look like a slight shadow that happens when you turn your head the right way. And you can see a lot of the flaws of my makeup, and that's okay. There's always a chance to improve. If I were going to a con, I would be a lot more nitpicky. But right now, we're just worried about showing you important concepts. Am I channeling Bob Ross right now? I'm taking that white and going in the places where I want to see a little bit more light, a little bit more highlight. Around the nose, around the mouth. Okay. Oh, hell yeah. Alright. I did a kind of bad job with blending on this side. But you get the picture. Okay. It's very important to have a large array of a lot of lip liner colors because lip liner can honestly be the only thing that you need for a makeup look that can, you know, create the colors and dimensions that you need. And you have to be able to blend a lot of colors. So I'm using a NYX Suede matte lip liner. Okay, so So I'm slightly overlining my bottom lip there. And then what I'm going to do on the top is I'm going to widen my Cupid's bow by creating a flat line here and then creating a small peak on the sides. Men, you should always be at least lining the very middle of your lip. So you just do a little line right here, and then you're just gonna do the Cupid's bow, and then you'll usually make your lower or your upper lip look a little bit darker. You can fill it in with a little bit of darker color. Okay. You're gonna create a shadow that looks like your lip is about to burst. It's so juicy. Okay, and then you create a little cleft right here. Oh my goodness. And then we're gonna create this contrast a little bit more so you can see the difference. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I can see the natural little wrinkles of my lip that make it look a little bit plumper. I'm gonna follow those wrinkles. Here. Here. Okay. There. Already looking like Angelina Jolie. And then I'm gonna take my liner, my black lip liner. I'm gonna go in the areas I told male characters to go, right in the center here. Okay. Alright, so that looks a bit cartoonish. We're gonna blend it out. I have enjoyed using this liquid lipstick from NYX, Liquid Suede. So, in all the places where I have the blue shaded, I'm going to go in with some purple and blend it. Just for some extra fun and dimension. This is my liberty I'm taking. I know that Rasputin actually has red lips, but I'm having fun with these colors. And again, it might actually look like shit up close, but I can't see that good. I can't see too well with these contacts. So to me, you look perfect, baby. Okay, we gotta fix this little mistake. I'm always happy to make mistakes in my videos so I can show you how to fix it. There we go. We just take some of the lighter Creamblend makeup. Go over that. I think I'd like to darken. I think I want to take this out a little bit more. And then blend it. I'm looking luscious. Look at my little Russian lady. You getting ready to go out? Don't let anybody boop your snoot. Okay. I'm not gonna, like, you can go a little bit further and then, like, color in some black in there, but then you're gonna get it on your teeth. And I bet you my teeth look really yellow right now in comparison to the blue whiteness of my skin and eyes. Okay, so, I'm loving this look. I think we could probably go a little bit more fun on the contour of the cheeks. See if we can just blend that a little bit more. Go a little bit more intense. Ooh, yes. Yes, baby. Yes, my little Russian lady. That's probably really offensive, Babs. There's probably Russian people like, that's offensive. Well, I did actually, I was a rhythmic gymnast, a competitive rhythmic gymnast. I did very well. And I had all Russian coaches. And they did talk like that. They'd come in and be like, baby, you do stretchy. I do go get the coffee. And I'd be like, yes, coach. Oh, all right, baby, you been practice? You practice for me. Very good, baby. And they'd scream things like, Kaliena! Straighten your knee! Is it Pajalosta? Is please, maybe? And you're welcome? Pajalosta, Kaliena! Baby, you do better this time, do better. Hey! I'm offending Russian people. Alright, so this is how you would do your Colossus look. Obviously, you'd have your ears all covered up, but this is how I do the look. With the contour, you can see that it's not flat. There's a lot of dimension to it. It actually looks like a real face. I would usually put like mascara and lashes on, but I'm not gonna do that today. Just want to show you this right here, looking snatched, looking beautiful. Babs, stop. Okay, thank you for joining me. If there are any other characters you'd like to see me turn into, please put them down below in the comments. Like and subscribe, turn the notification on so that you never miss a video. Thank you for joining me, and this is the Butcher's Block. Wait! Thank you for joining me. This is Butcher's Block.